So this week we're going to do a really quick and easy meal, although I'm going to do it with potato wedges. So sweet potato wedges. I've got sea bass fillets, but you could easily use any white fish. And we've got some nice crisp dwarf beans. And we're going to turn it from this into something that you could serve at a dinner party, or something that you can just enjoy on your own. And we're going to do it with a bit of Cajun spice. So, start by chopping up that sweet potato. Now, I like it with the skin on. Some people take the skin off. I feel like you don't get quite as crispy a wedge when you do it like that. But that's your call. And the way I do wedges is you can see that you get a nice round shape one if you can, and then you sort of cut into the middle. And that's how you get your wedge. You sort of do it all the way around. Always cut into that wedge, and then you're sorted. So I'm probably not going to need all of that. I'm not that greedy pig. And then here's the key part: parboil. Always parboil potatoes. So stick the kettle on. Grab a pan. They probably need about 5 minutes, and then afterwards we'll rough them up in the colander and we will get them in the oven. But while they're parboiling, you need to get some oil going in the oven so that when you put it in the oven to, roast them, then it's already sizzling hot by the time you get there. So, casserole dish, oil, and then stick them in and get it hot. So about 5 minutes parboiling is about right, and then we take it out of the pan and we want to put it into your colander and shake it up so that you get loads of really rough edges, and that's why we parboil it, to give it that really nice texture so that when it gets all crispy in the oven. It's also important to let them dry a little bit before you stick them in that oil so that they're not too wet. And I also like to spread a little bit of sunshine onto my wedges by adding a little bit of salt, pepper, and sometimes some herbs. A little bit of heat, and then why not add a bit of smoked paprika as well to your wedges. One last shake around, and they are ready to go into the oven. Listen for that sizzle. And that would take, in my ridiculously tiny small oven, about 40 minutes to do, but most ovens, 20-30 minutes. Just make sure that you're happy with them, because you've already parboiled them, so they're mostly cooked. You just need to make sure that they're crispy now. So let's get on with everything else while we can. So let's prepare those dwarf beans. I love the way these look, because they've got this really cool bit at the end. So that's probably enough for me. And even though, there's two ways you can do it. Like, you're not going to eat that bit at the end, so you may as well chop it off, as lovely as it looks. But some people like to serve it with it because it does make your dinner party look a bit cooler. So if you're serving this at a dinner party, keep your cool end tails. If not, then just that. And you basically just boil those. It takes probably about 5 minutes. And another cool thing to do right at the end then is to plunge them into some cold water, and that's what makes them stay crisp and fresh. Okay, so the fish fillets. Now, all we're going to do with this is, it seems really simple, but we're just going to literally shake the Cajun over the top. Just make sure rub it in a little bit, because we want it to stay there, so don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. And then literally all we're going to do with that is fry it. So the rest of your cooking is at the last minute. So if you want to speed up this meal to make it a bit faster, an alternative to the wedges is maybe making some sweet potato mash and then adding a lovely dollop of butter into that. That is gorgeous. Right, so I got some time to kill before the wedges are ready, so what shall I do? Probably something important, maybe tidy my room, fill out those forms for work. I know. Alright then, so the potato wedges are nearly done. It's time to finish off your meal. So, we've got the green beans, they're boiling now, and we're going to stick the fish in. You want the fish, beans, all cook for about the same amount of time. So, drizzle in some olive oil or some garlic oil, which is what I'm using. Make sure it's all the way around. And then stick the fish, skin side up, into the pan. Very simple. Let it get in all hot and sizzly. And then you want to just cook it for about 2-3 minutes. You don't want to overcook fish. And then when it's starting to get a bit white, you see here, then that's pretty time to flip it over. Finish it up on the other side. So a good point to get your bowl of cold water ready. So I stuck a bottle in the fridge so that put the green beans into afterwards. Just for a second, because you don't want them to lose all of their heat. You just want to shock them. Stick them in the cold water. That's enough. Right, let's start plating up. Don't worry. Oh, yummy, look at that char grilled. Ooh, scrummy, look at that. And there you go, there's your gourmet meal. And you've been cooking with Jamie.